was on my way home one afternoon from work. My cell phone beeped that I had a message, so I was checking my messages, and there was a message from my son Christopher's kindergarten teacher. She said that there was a problem or an incident that had occurred in the library, and she was laughing when she said this and asked that I would please call her back. I called her back and spoke with her, and she said that there was a problem in the library today, that Christopher was a little traumatized, she seemed to think, and I thought, what in the world had happened? She proceeded to tell me that there was a student in Christopher's class named Madeline, and Madeline has a glass eye. In the library, Madeline's eye fell out, and she's sitting there crying, holding her eye, and Christopher started crying at the same time because he saw this eye in this girl's hand. The eye fell out, and she's holding it in her hand. So, and the teacher was laughing when she was telling me the story, and I got quite a chuckle out of it too, but then she went on to say that it became a problem during the day, or she was concerned about Christopher because he was obsessing over this, that they had talked to the whole class about Madeline having cancer, and that's why she had to had her eye removed and her eye replaced with a glass eye. Well, everybody else in the class seemed fine by it, but Christopher kept raising his hand and asking the teacher to come over, and she would come over and he would say, "Is my eye going to fall out? I feel like my eye's loose. I feel like my eye's going to come out." And the teacher tried to reassure him time and time again that his eye would not come out, that there were nerves connecting the eye into the eye socket, and that his was just not going to pop out. Well, this persisted throughout the day, and so she thought that I needed to be aware of it. Well, that afternoon when I went to pick up Christopher from his after-school program, the teacher there, which was a different teacher, had no idea what occurred in the morning. And she came up to me and said, "Cindy, Christopher has been telling me that this girl's eye fell out in library class." And she didn't believe him. And I said, "Well, it's true. I just talked to the teacher, and this is what had happened." I shared the information with her. And she said, "Well, Christopher's been very concerned about it all day long, that he's been touching his eye, saying, 'I feel like my eye's going to fall out.' All these different things that he just was trying to, really having a hard time with." So we got him home, and I talked to him about it, and we explained once again about Madeline having cancer, and that she had to have the doctor surgically remove the eye, that your eye cannot just fall out on its own. We went through and we explained as much as we could. We showed him pictures on the internet of the nerves connecting the eyeball and how it could just not fall out. This continued for weeks. He would continually talk about his eye. "Is my eye still there? Is my eye still there?" I said, "Yes, Christopher, your eye is still there. You can see me. You're fine." Well, then we got to the point where he was starting to reassure himself by touching the eye, so he would know it was there. And I kept checking in with the teacher, and she said that everything was fine. That he would reassure himself and the teachers that his eye was still there by touching it. So that was a very it was a learning experience for all of us, and a very traumatic one as well.